on? What's going on? How we doing? Welcome to the release party, the release session. This is where you can come to a safe space and release what no longer serves you. You know that we are in a new moon. Why am I talking like that? I was inspired. I was just on Mother Colors Live, and we was just vibing over there. It's always a safe space, right? You're always feeling divinity, right? I'm like, man, I like that. I wanna bring that to tonight, this evening. So Spirit gave me this awesome vision, this awesome message. And it was called the release party at first, right? Call it the release party because, you know, you're releasing something, but I wanted to have a little play on words. So instead of release party, for like releasing a song, I'm releasing emotions, I'm releasing all of those things that don't serve me. Hence the release party. But then I'm like, you know, it's not really a party. It's gonna be like a vibe session. I ain't say vibe at first, but then now I got it in here. So this is a release session, vibe session. It's where you can release what no longer serves you. So the question is, before I even get to the question, let me do this. 2026 is coming up. We in December. It's the 4th already. And a lot of us are in the mindset of next year, 2026, which I don't blame you, right? It's exciting. But I like that beat. Let me go back to that. My bad, y'all. Sorry about that. I want to ask you, what in 2025 have you learned from? What is 2025? What lesson has 2025 given you? Reflection, right? And before we move forward, the question to me, what was posed to me this week was, are you reflecting on what you learned this year? Have you reflected on what you learned this year? And using that reflection, are you aware of what it was? Have you learned what you're not going to be taking no more? Or have you learned, like, you know what? This is what I need to release. What's one thing that you feel like, you know what, I'm ready to release tonight? What's one thing? What's one thing? Who are you secretly trying to prove yourself to? And what happens when you stop? What part of your pride are you releasing because it's cost you more than it protected you? I like that, Bella. What up, Bella? Part of the Color family. Bella said, I release expectations of others. See them for who they are at that very moment. I release the expectations of others, seeing them for who they are at that very moment. I like that. That's deep. That's freaking deep right there. I think that I was good at that. And then, right, this is how spirit work. When you think you're good at something, another level of that comes upon you. So I'm gonna be transparent. I was good at releasing expectations from others until I got to the ones that was closest to me. Right? That was the hard one. Right? That was the hard one. Releasing the expectations and accepting people for who they are in the moment when they close to you, the closest to you. I'm gonna run that track back. When they the closest to you, that was difficult for me. Because I seen you through your transitions and what I counted as growth. And then you show me this part of you? How dare you not be all the way healed? How dare you have not been all the way developed in growth? And how dare you not meet my expectations of who I want you to be for me? Yeah, I've been there. That's deep, right? How dare you not be the one for me? Dang. Can I let you live? Woo! Who am I? Let me get to these comments. I like these comments too. Bella said, I released being a people pleaser of my loved ones. Whew. Yeah, that was the topic of the season like 2 weeks ago. People pleasing. Am I really pleasing others if I'm not first pleased myself? How can I please you if I don't even know what the feeling of pleasing feels like? I'm not pleased, so how can I please others? I'm pleasing you in an unpleasing vibration. You've been tell somebody you're grateful for something, but really you got resentment. That's like people pleasing. I can't say no, but I can't say yes to myself. I've been there before. That's how I know it. I can't say no, but I can't say yes to me. Jay Michelle, what up, what up? Shout out to the Libra Alchemy. Jay said I release my people pleasing. Oh yeah, we just talking about that. Woo! That's a hard one. Because you're so used to pleasing others, you don't know how to please yourself by creating the boundaries. It's tough. Like, I was in another live and somebody said, you know what, Greater, I've been through it this year. I've been through it this year. And I'm saying, yeah. How does one know the light if they've never been exposed to the darkness? Darkness equals lessons. So I say that to say this. People pleasing can turn into a dark space, hence equaling a lesson. And I think the lesson in people pleasing, at least for me, I don't know if anybody else can relate, is I'm learning how to set and hold boundaries. I'm learning how to set and hold boundaries. I'm building strength. And I'm not talking about the physical strength. I'm talking about that inner spiritual strength. Where your spiritual strength at? What your spiritual muscles look like? Ooh. Do they get worked out? You know what I mean? Like, there's different exercises on the physical, but how we working our spiritual muscls, our spiritual connections. I be talking to myself like that. I didn't even get to the next comment yet. You know what I mean? Y'all loving this live. Thank y'all for coming on through. You know, I really feel divinity here in the sense of like release. Welcome to the release session. A session where we here vibing, and this is a safe space to release those things, that energy Release what no longer serves you. Think of this space as the goodwill, but I'm not reselling what you're giving me though, right? We're sending it all to the light. Free recycling. Come on. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come release what you don't want. You know, when you ever been, you ever pull your trash one day or didn't pull your trash? Did you hear the dumpster truck coming, right? And then you try to run outside to get that trash dumped into the trash truck. You ever missed it? Have you ever just missed the trash truck? Come on, somebody. Then you got that trash can. Don't let it be overfilling or whatever. There for a whole nother week. It sucks. Don't let it be summertime because it's gonna be stinking. I say that and I relate that to this moment right now. Don't be the one to miss the opportunity to release something right now that no longer serves you. It's okay. The truck is coming. I know you can hear it. We all know the sounds of sirens. We all know the sounds of a horn. We all know the sounds of the cry of help. Do you know the sign of opportunity to release? Do you know that sound? When Spirit is telling you, let it go. Let it go. It's all right. Unclench your fists. You're not in survival mode no more. I got you. This is that moment. This is that sound. To release what no longer serves you. Before we get to the new year, let's go ahead and clean up this year. Let's clean this year up before we go into the next year. And I'm cleaning this year out by cleaning up. We're doing a winter cleanup. You know about the spring cleanup. We're doing a winter cleanup. Because it's cold outside. It's time for me to snuggle in and get locked in. I'm not going back and forth. It's cold out there. I'm getting everything I need to get and I'm coming in and I'm hibernating. So I'm letting these relationships go. I'm setting boundaries. And I'm not looking back. I got the hoodie on, so I can't look back. You know what I mean? It's too cold. You ever been in a frigid cold where you got the hoodie up and you walking in one direction and the wind is blowing, from your back? But if you turn, you feel all that just come on in? Yeah, let me get to the next comment. Thank y'all for coming in. Transform with T. What up? What up? Releasing with expectations. Share your insights. Okay. I literally just put my hood on before you said that. You're in the same vibration. You're in the same vibration. Candy said, I release being the protector, the supporter, and the provider for everyone. And to learn to be that for me. Oh, that was deep. That was deep. Let me break that down. I release being the protector. Yo, I was talking to this young man the other day. He, him and my daughter, they dated, right? And somehow we got on the topic of shot caller, right? And I asked him, what's a shot caller? You know what I mean? So, long story short, it's a person who calls the shots. What are shots? Shots are decisions. It's a person who makes the decisions for everyone. That's a shot caller. They make decisions for everyone. And And I'm like, everyone wants to be a shot caller, but no one knows what it entails to be that person who makes the decisions for everyone. Sometimes you could get lost making decisions for everyone else except for yourself. You taking care of everybody except you. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Shot callers, they by themselves. They gotta be the protectors. I'm making decisions to protect others. They gotta be the supporters. I need to be there when nobody else is there for them. They gotta be the providers because I'm in charge of making sure they eat. Spiritually, physically, mentally. I'm feeding and giving and giving and feeding and doing for everyone else except for me. That's people pleasing. Right? Like, it's unhealthy. I've done this so well and so good to this unhealthy. It's no longer me doing it well. I've grinded the gears. There's no more gears left. It's been all grinded. You know how much it costs to replace an engine, a transmission? How much more does it cost to replace, not even replace, repair your soul, the inner you? I'm not paying for another engine no more, another transmission no more. I'm not running this car to the ground no more. This ain't the bus. You know what I mean? I resonate with that. I release being the protector, the supporter, and provider for everyone else except for me. I release that by sending you to the light. I'm not even gonna wish that on somebody else. That bag too heavy to pass it on. What that dumpster grader was talking about. Let me throw that in there. Yep, it's going in the back. Meech said, "May I make friends with you? Please pay attention to me. I can give you some surprises." And I release that energy right now. That sound like people pleasing to me. We was just talking about that, right? Validation. Hey, I release validation right now. That's part of people pleasing. Wanting to be validated. In a sense, some of us. Ooh, I release people pleasing. I release validation. External validation. Yeah, I release that. Transform with T said, "Love your content. Thanks for sharing." Yo, love your content, Transform with T. I just roll up on you today or yesterday, I think. And I'm like, yo, who's this? In a respectful way, you know. Vibe recognizing vibe. I missed some right here. Obella said, Candy said something else. I learned to release fear, which I've allowed to keep me from being a better me. Ooh, I had something for fear. I can't even remember. I wrote it down somewhere. You know what? It's probably in this book right here. Hold on. I'll be writing notes. I released the obedience to fear. That was one of them. I release the obedience to fear. That was one of them. What's the next one? Look at my notes, because I know I got it. This is a couple pages back. I'm gonna find it. Trust me, I'm gonna find it. Spirit gave me a message about fear. I wrote it down a couple times. Yeah, he's a couple pages back, more than what I thought. Yeah. I'm gonna find it though. It's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna give it one more look. See, if I can't find it, I'm gonna come back. I'll come back to the live. Yeah, I'm gonna come back. All right, my bad. Here I come. Here I come. I can't find it. I learned to release fear, which I've allowed to keep me from being a better me. I resonate with that. I do. Bella said, OMG, yes. How dare you not be the version of who I thought you was. I let that expectation go. Sorry, y'all. My bad, y'all. So thanks for coming through, y'all. What else we got? We got some more comments. I know we do. All right, where we at? She said, dang, Grader, you going in on them guts. It really is too heavy to pass on to someone else. Over Easy said, you can thank them for support. Oh yeah. Thank you, Over Easy. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for the comments. Thank y'all for coming on through. I'm not done though. Just getting started. Appreciate y'all. What fantasy about who someone could be are you really letting go of? Now that you see them for who they really are. You ever see somebody for who they really are? You know what I mean? They got that Diddy documentary. I didn't watch that. And it's showing who he really is, right? Have you lost the fantasy of who he really is after all the things that happened? It's like wearing rose-colored glasses, right? And you see somebody for who they are, and then you continue to be with them after they are pushing your boundaries and not treating you right. What fear of success are you releasing today? What version of greatness scares you the most? What fears of success are you releasing? What version of greatness scares you the most? Bella said, I seen who humans was for the truth and not my shades of versions of them. I had to learn that too, Bella. I had to learn that too. But it's okay, you know what I mean? Because I cherish every lesson. I'm grateful for the lessons learned. You ever been in that season? Grateful for the lessons learned? Yeah, I've been there. Shoot, I'm there right now. What apology are you done waiting for because you realize it kept your healing hostage? What apology are you done waiting for because you've now realized, you've been made aware of that it's been keeping your healing hostage? Has your healing been held hostage by something? Bella said, yes, I'm thankful. I took my shares off and understood it. I couldn't even be mad at them. You know, Spirit told me this. I was talking to someone and they was like, yo, Grady, you should be viral. I said, I am viral on the spiritual level. I am viral on the spiritual level. Like I'm not here to be viral on the physical. Right? Like my soul's assignment is to go viral with the vibration of the Most High, the light. You know what I mean? And the light is just me being the best version of myself, unapologetically. How many people walking around here apologizing for being themselves? How many people walking around here not even themselves? You ever been not yourself? I spoke to the universe last full moon. I let them go and return back to the world. Yeah. I'm taking things. I'm returning things to the light. I'm sending everything to the light. I'm gonna send you to the light. That's the best I could do. Sending you on higher. What version of you is overdue? For relaxation? What version of you is due for or overdue for relaxation? What belief about love no longer matches the person you are becoming? Bella said, I no longer apologize for being all of who I am. Love me. Love me. Love me for all of who I am, or watch from the sidelines. I like that. You know, I really appreciate a person who is authentically themselves. Ooh, that's the biggest flex. Seeing someone be themselves unapologetically. Like you flexing for real when you walking as you moving as you. That's a big flex right there. Shout out to my big flexes out there. What's the heaviest truth you've been carrying that you're finally ready to put down? What's the heaviest truth you've been carrying around in your backpack, in your pocket, in your hand, in that coat, got you leaning to one side, that you finally ready to put down? What's the heaviest truth? Yo, truth came to me today. I did a video. I didn't even post it. Here's the heavy truth. My life purpose is not someone else's life purpose. Your life purpose is not someone else's life purpose. Like, it's okay if someone has a different but similar but different life purpose than you, right? But then it goes to like, are you trying to live vicariously through the other person, right? And do you do that to others, like your kids? Do you live vicariously through them, wanting their life purpose to be yours? I think that's a big lesson right there. You had to learn that. Spirit will tell you enough is enough. But let's say the heaviest truth I'm putting down. I'm not a perfect mom, grandma, daughter, sister, Tia. Perfectly imperfect. Right, I like that. It's a heavy truth. When you really can look at the mirror, look in the mirror, and you looking through the mirror that you just cleaned off because it was foggy for a little bit. How many of us ever looked in foggy mirrors? I know I have. Couldn't tell me that my mirror wasn't foggy. That's always foggy and dirty. Had me thinking I'm a whole nother something else when I'm not. The spirit came and cleaned the mirror off and showed me like, yo, bro, you ain't perfect. You are not a perfect dad. You're not a perfect son. You're not a perfect husband. You're not a perfect perfect boyfriend. You're not a perfect brother. You're not a perfect brother. You're not a perfect man. But you know what you are? Perfectly imperfect. And that just means that you are unique. Heck, I'm not even a perfect friend. You can say that twice. For me and for you. But we are perfectly imperfect, right? So, the first thing I tell people who really get to know me, or who want to get to know me, I should say, rather, like, don't put me on a pedestal, please. You're gonna be disappointed. Don't do it. I mean, do a lot of things right, but I still learn how to do a lot of things right too, because I do a lot of things wrong. I release not wanting to be perfect. I release the desire to be perfect. That's a good one right there. I release the desire to be perfect. It feels so good to say. It feel like a weight coming off your shoulders. Like you ever carried a heavy bag and then you emptied it out? You're like, whew, it's a whole new bag. Whew. I release the desire to be perfect. Ooh, that's deep. I need to write that one down. I release the desire to be perfect. That was deep right there. I had to write that down. Bella said, yes, perfectly, imperfectly. I see a beautiful sunflower with the sun and moon shining through. I release always the one of control. All I can do is control me and how I move. I release that too, I ain't gonna lie. I release the desire to be in control, because it feels so good to let go and let spirit. Right? It feels so good. I can ungrip my hand. You ever grip something so tight for so long that your hand is cramped up and it hurt? That's how it feels when you want to be in control all the time. Everything got to be your way. What's the highway? No one can do it right. Right? They can't do it as good as you. It ain't done as good as you would done it. I release that. Yes. Perfectly imperfect souls are welcome and invited. Y'all can come on up if y'all want to come on up. Start releasing more. Bella over here, she done run the moving. She done run the U-Haul van, the truck. She got a one apartment. I'm releasing all of this right here. She done put up the gates. So yes, I think letting go of control. I let God one of those expectations. Yeah, I feel that. I did a release today. I did 2 moon rituals. I did a release. She said I'm doing a bulk dump. Oh, she said I released survival mode. I didn't even see that. Ooh, that was deep. I released survival mode. Ooh, I need to write that down. Let me screenshot that. Ooh, I released survival mode. Ooh, Ooh, that touched the inside of my bones, boy. Wow. I didn't realize I had that much pent up. It be like that though, right? It be like that. It's like, you ever got emotional and it's just like all of it that came out like, dang, I didn't know I had that much cry in me. I started crying for stuff from last month, 6 months ago. Shit, crying for stuff when I was a little baby, a kid. That's how much I pent up, boy. I did the can't breathe cry. I let go of always being tough and nothing hurts me. Ooh, that's so deep. I had a post, something I wrote today. Dang, I can't remember it. Something about being inviting softness. Let me see if I can find it. That was deep right there. I let go, I release. Always being tough and nothing hurts me. Whew. That's dope. No, I can't find it. Where we at? Alignment and obedience. What up, R?
What's up?
How you doing?
Oh shit, how you doing?
Chilling. What you up to today?
I'm about to do a lesbian dating show stream.
Nice. Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
What are you ready to release that no longer serves you?
What am I what?
What are you ready to release that no longer serves you?
I think I already did that.
What was it?
My last
You don't mind sharing?
relationship.
Nice. How long did it take you from the moment that you were aware and realized that you needed to release it to the time you actually released it?
3 years.
Wow. What was that moment that you was like, you know what, this is time to do it right now?
I mean, there wasn't really a moment. I was just like forced to let it go. But
Go ahead.
I low-key do have to start my
Okay, gotcha. I appreciate you rolling through. Thank you so much. Let's give it up for R, y'all. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
No problem. Peace out.
Peace out, G Scout.
Like that. That's what's up. Give it up for R, y'all. Wow. 3 years. And something that you knew you had to release. Sometimes it be like that. Like, you got to release something and you in it for 1, 2, 3 years before you got the courage to move forward. All right, Bella. It be like that sometimes. Where are you at right now in your release journey? You in year 1? Trying to release that job. Sometimes we be quick with the release though, right? You ever been quick with the release? So I'm trying to release this job. I like that. We're in the release session. Thanks for coming through. Shout out to Christiana. We talking about release. I call this a release session, the release vibe, right? This is a place where you can just come on over and release what no longer is serving you, what no longer serves you. She said it's coming soon, it's coming soon. Shoot, it's already here, right? It's already here. It's like driving on a highway and sometimes we don't see the signs, right? Sometimes we don't see the signs because the weather in the environment is so harsh. And we might miss a sign that says 2 miles away, 1 mile away. We don't even know that we that close because the environment we in is so harsh. So that's why I say already done. Shout out to Divine Father. What up, Divine? It's been a minute. I said, you know what? Let me come on with a new vibe today. Shalom, family. Shalom. I said, let me come on with a new vibe today. You know, the vibe was release. Let's have a release session where you can come to a safe space and release what no longer serves you. We had people releasing perfectionism, people pleasing, survivor mode, jobs, right? Control, wanting to control others. This has been a good release session. And I was like, you ever forget to move your trash to the front and you hear the garbage truck, right? And you go outside, you're trying to go, and then the truck already gone. And now you got to stick with that same trash till next week, right? And I'm not talking about running after them with the trash can or whatnot. You done missed the trash truck. And now you got to sit with 1 more week worth of trash. But you know the noise, the sound of the garbage truck. Everybody knows certain sounds, and the garbage truck is one of them, right? Sirens is another. We know the sound of a siren. We know the sound of someone crying for help, a baby crying for help, a child, an elderly, someone in need. We know that cry for help, what that sounds like, right? Do you know the sound of when Spirit tells you it's time to release? Do you know that vibration? When Spirit said, unclench that hand. You ever held something so long and so tight where your hand just get cramped up? Spirit is saying, let it go. It's time to release. Do you know that sound? Divine Father said, lovely vibes. This is one of the safest places to release, especially when the energy is divine. Yes, yes, yes. You know I gotta have my sound effects in though, you know, right? Thank you so much, Divine Father. Always, always appreciate love you. Appreciate love. Sharonda got me on that. I don't appreciate nothing. I appreciate love. Shout out to Sharonda. Release session. What belief about love no longer matches the person you're becoming? What apology are you done waiting for because you realize it kept your healing hostage? What apology are you waiting for because you realized it kept your healing hostage? How many of us have been in a moment where your healing was held hostage by something? And then when you look around and you find out, like, what the heck is holding this hostage? The hostage taker unmasked itself. And it's you. It's you the whole time. I've been there. holding myself hostage. Didn't even know I was the one behind the mask. That's that shadow work right there. Shout out to the shadow work. Have you unmasking self? You ever unmask yourself? Boy. Talk about tears. We're gonna talk rivers and oceans. I'm gonna take that mask off. Which emotion has been running your life without your consent? That's a deep one right there. Which emotion has been running your life without consent? Without permission? Just come up on here with the shoes on in your house. Which emotion has been running your life without consent? And most importantly, how do you plan to reclaim your authority over it? Deep. How many of us had emotions just take over? Right? It just took control of the wheel. You know they say, like, take the wheel, Lord. Emotions done took the wheel, stole the car with the baby in the backseat. And what I mean by that is that's the most frightening thing. Somebody steal a car and there's a kid in there. Right? And it's scary not only for the parent, but it's scary for the person who stole the car. And I was like, dang, I'm down for kidnapping. How many of our emotions been like that? It done stole control. And then it didn't start driving off. And then emotion is even like, dang, I'm going way too far. I went way too far. But shit, I'm already in the car, so I might as well continue. That's what emotions do. Which emotions been running your life, even lately, without your consent? And how do you plan to reclaim authority over it? Woo! Shout out to Divine Filer. Thank you. What dream did you abandon out of fear? Somebody said that was releasing fear. Releasing fear. I wrote another one down. I released the desire to be perfect. That was a deep one right there. Thank you so much, Divine Filer. Which emotion, or we talked about that one already. What dream did you abandon out of fear? What opportunity have you abandoned out of fear? And what part of that fear are you releasing here today, right now? And some of it may be way too personal. Like, man, I can't put this on here. It's too personal. It's too long. But I feel this. There's another one we talked about earlier. What expectation from others are you done performing for? What expectations from others are you done performing for? And a lot of my lives previous to this one was questions that got you to ask yourself this without me asking it. But now Spirit's like, you know what? A lot of people are afraid to release. They're so comfortable. Matter of fact, it's not even that they're comfortable. They don't even know where to dump it at. You ever put something in the curb or in the trash, and the trash people don't even pick it up because it's too big for the truck? That's how some of it is for us. We want to release. We want to let go. But we don't know where and how to. If you under the sound of my voice right now, you can hear me. This is the place where you can release that. Spirit takes little trash, medium trash, large trash, that bulk size trash. You got a bunk bed full of stuff that you need to release. A queen size mattress full of emotions you need to release. You got a sectional couch of emotional baggage from friendships and families you need to release. Spirit to take it all right now, free of charge. All you gotta do is just say, come on in. You don't even gotta move the couch. Spirit to come in there and move the couch full of emotions and the things that's no longer serving you. Come on in, Spirit. You've been trying to figure out the next step after next step after next step after next step after next step, trying to figure it out. And you don't even know what step to take next. Release it here, right now. Spirit said, let me take the wheel. All you gotta do is say, come on in, Spirit. Yo, it's hard taking that first step. I remember my first time taking the first step, trusting Spirit. At the next level. I'll say that, at the next level. I was so scared, I put an ultimatum on it as I was well in my right. All right, Spirit, I'm about to give you my all. If you don't come through every single time, I'm done. You got one time to slip up. It's funny how we put those... It's funny how we put those stipulations on Spirit. I know I did. You slip up one time, Spirit, I'm done with you. If there's a God out there, you better show up right now, because if you don't, how many times have I slipped? Whew. How many times have I slipped? We're not even talking about accidentally, on purpose. A lot. But then we hold those same expectations on others. You better not slip, because if you slip up one time or one more time. But I don't want to mistake that with setting boundaries though, right? Because that's a slippery slope too. But I can allow you to be who you are and set a boundary too, right? You could be yourself. You could do all the slipping and sliding you want to do over there. I'm going to come over here where it's dry. I've learned my lesson. Because when you slip, you like to grab on and drag others down with you. You ever been around somebody who slipping and sliding and falling and diving and whatever, and they go to grab onto you and then you falling with them? You probably hurt yourself trying to hold them up. Mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. Whoo. That's deep. So I'm not going to be around you, not even 2 arms distance. We doing 6 arms distance. Matter of fact, I'm not even in the same vicinity as you. Because somehow, somewhere, you always can reach out and try. Nope. I'm releasing that right now. Somebody said, I release being a protector, a supporter for everyone else except for me. Someone said that earlier. So that's the sound right now when Spirit is saying, release, release, release. Don't wait till next week. Don't wait till the weekend. Don't even wait till tomorrow. Because that opportunity might not be there. What up, Tezo? Shout out to Tezo. We're having a release session right now. If there's anything that you want to release that no longer serves you, this is the place to do it. Now is the time. Greetings, fam. Perfectly imperfect souls are welcome and invited. Alignment and obedience. My ex, I released her. I like that. How long did it take you to realize that relationship, that soul needed to be released? How long did it take you to come to that awareness? Not the action, but the awareness. 3 years. Come on now. Another 3-yearer. We can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody was just on Tezo, and she said from the time that she was aware to the time she took that action, it was 3 years. It took her 3 years to make an action, to release something that didn't serve her. She was in service to something that didn't serve her for 3 years. Man, there's divine energy in here. Yeah, I wasn't listening to my higher self, and it really showed me. Like sometimes those lessons is needed. I was just sharing. I was talking to one of the family members in another chat, and I was saying like, she was like, "Yo, greater, like 2025, like drugged me. I was in a battle, right? Like it was a tough one, greater." And I said, how does one recognize the light when they've never been exposed to darkness? And darkness equaling or meaning lessons. I said, least you can say, I did it. Least you could say, I made it. How many of us right now can say, you know what? I did it. I did it. I did that. Even if you had to crawl through it. Even if you had to squirm through. Some of us had to leap our way through it with the eyes closed. But when you got to the other side, like, I did that. At least you could say I did it. Yeah, 2025 may have drugged some of us. May have had some of us in the mud. Some of us is in a tunnel. But you know what? I did that. I made it. Shout out to everybody who made it. Shout out to those who's making it. When I say making it, I'm just taking the next step, greater. That's the journey I'm in. Next step journey. I'm just taking it step by step. Not even day by day, step by step. Remember that show? Step by step. I'm just taking it step by step. Step by step. Some of us can't even, I ain't even taking it step by step. I'm taking it inch by inch. It's touch and go, bruh. Okay? I got you in conversation with spirit. I released my job 3 years in and rising up and ascending. It's a tough one. How many of us been over loyal to our job, our profession? Over loyal to the paycheck, to the income, the extra that's coming in. It's hard to let that go sometimes and let spirit. Been there. I was talking about my first time, my first leap, my most recent leap, I'll say. Right? I'm like, all right, spirit, like I'm gonna give you one try, and if you slip up, I'm done. How many times have I slipped up? Intentionally and unintentionally. Right? I'm grateful spirit didn't give up on me. I'm grateful there is no ultimatum when it comes to spirit and I. Divine Father. smile and say, I'm truly free. I can breathe. Don't it feel good to breathe? Don't it feel good to breathe easily? Shout out to the breathers out there. Those who's really breathing. That's one of the real flexes right there too. Being able to breathe. Some of us is in situations where we can't even breathe spiritually. It's something that's holding us down. It's something that's muffling us. It's something that got some type of stuff on something that's by our nose and it just stink. We in predicaments where we can't even see right. That's equivalent to somebody coming around you and covering your mouth with some type of stuff. Sometimes we like that in a spiritual way. You in a spiritual battle fighting for your life, fighting for your soul. And you doing all the fighting by yourself until you realize, I don't even gotta fight. I just gotta stop fighting. I gotta release. Dang, is it that easy? Yes. But no. But yes. But no. But yes. But no. But yes. Somebody say, but yes. You don't even have to put it in the chat. You could just say it because I could feel it. But yes. But yes. Like, that'll have you in tears. But yes. When you think that everything is a no, like, I don't know. No, that can't happen. No, that can't happen. No, that can't happen. No, that can't happen. But then you hear the whisper of spirit in it. And spirit say, but yes. But yes. But yes. Ooh, I'm grateful for the but yes. Ooh, I'm so grateful. But yes. I gotta write that down. But yes. So I did my release ritual today. And I also did my manifestation ritual too. Right? And I'm turning that right now into a gratitude ritual. Like a gratitude ritual. Like I might start that up. I'm getting all these ideas. A gratitude ritual where, you know what? I'm gonna pick one day a week. And I'm just gonna have a ritual of gratitude. What if I turn that one day a week into one moment a day? One moment a day I'm gonna remember to give gratitude, to have a gratitude ritual. Even if I just use the phrase, but yes. I'm grateful for the but yes. Gratitude ritual. Let me write that down. Shoot, I know I'm taking notes. Gratitude ritual. We're talking about releasing today, ladies and gentlemen. What are you releasing that what are you releasing that no longer serves you? What wound are you ready to stop romanticizing? Because it once identified your identity long ago. What wound are you ready to stop romanticizing? Some people be like, oh, my partner ain't shit. You wounded. What wound are you ready to stop romanticizing? You can let it go right here, right now. What story about your past are you no longer willing to use as your introduction? What story about your past are you no longer willing to use as your introduction? What story are you releasing that you're no longer going to use to introduce yourself with? I let all that go today in my release ritual. Let it go. And I'm only sharing this to inspire others, because you may not have to do a moon ritual like I did. Right? It's what your intuition leads you to do, what your spirit leads you to do. Right? You don't have to just release on a full moon. You can release at any moment. But do you know the sound of when it's time to release, the call of the release? Do you know the call of the release? Shout out to Miss D. What up, Miss D? I'm talking about releasing this evening. You know, it's the full moon, and it was a super moon. It was the third and last super moon of 2025. Right? Super moons are known for being closer to the earth. Right? That energy is stronger. Moon energy is about releasing and intuition and spiritual connection and emotions. So the question is, or one of the many questions is, what are you ready to release that no longer serves you? I was just talking about how we're about to be in 2026 and everybody's excited and thinking about the future. But I'm asking you to reflect on the past, the current. What has 2025 made you aware of? And what lessons did 2025 birth? What lessons has 2025 birthed? And to conclude it with this, now that you've been aware of these things in 2025 and the lessons has been birthed, what is it that you need to release that no longer serves you? That's where the conversation is at, right here, right now. So we vibing to that. It feel good to release, boy. More than one way. You know, I had to get one in. I had to get one of those in. What emotion do you pretend you don't feel? Somebody said, I release pretending that nothing hurts me. Oh, that was deep. I release pretending that nothing hurts me and I'm strong. Somebody said, I release pretending to be strong and nothing hurts me. What emotion or emotions do you pretend that you don't even feel? But deep down inside you feeling it. You trying to be strong. And why has silence become your coping strategy? That's deep right there. Why has silence become your coping strategy? Spirit says, go ahead and release it. The release session, share your thoughts. What part of your pride are you releasing because it's cost you more than it protected you? What part of your pride are you releasing because it's cost you more than it's protected you? Here's a good one right here. What generational script or scripts are you rewriting because you refuse to pass it forward? Oh, that's a deep one. What generational script are you rewriting because you refuse to pass it forward? Ooh, woo. I was kind of talking about that to my kids. You know, my oldest, we be on a group chat from time to time. And I was just telling them, like, you know, about parenthood. Like, what it take to be a parent. Like, the things you should, or if you would have known. And the goal of every parent that I know, mostly, is to ensure you give your kids the tools to be greater than you, wherever. Better opportunities than you ever had. Better preparation. You want your kids to be better. So with that said, what generational scripts are you rewriting because you refuse to pass it forward? And one of the things that parents with older children kind of think of is like, dang, I could have did this better. I could have did that. I should have did this, should have did that. I don't have the opportunity no more because they're not in the home, or circumstances change. The kids don't live with me because of a divorce or whatever. But you can still change generational scripts and rewrite them from afar. And you do it through yourself. So what generational scripts about you that's been passed down to you that you know what? You refuse to pass forward. I ain't passing this forward no more. I'm going to show them what change look like. I'm going to be the change. And I'm not looking for external validation for someone to say, I see you change. I'm going to be the change. With or without the applause. I'm rewriting the script. Who else is rewriting the script? I'm grateful for the script I was given, even though I'm rewriting it. What an honor it is to be able to rewrite something. What an honor it is to be able to rewrite something. I'm not only rewriting it, but it's going to get published too. I'm an author. Somebody say I'm an author. You are an author. You're the writer of your script. What part of your script are you going to erase, cut out, and release? What bad actors are you releasing? I don't know if you watch sports or not, but definitely in the NBA, in the NFL, if your team is losing, the coach is getting fired. 6 coaches already been fired already this season. Something like that. So what coaches that's been coaching you in your life needs to be released and fired tonight? Well, that's deep. Which one of those emotional coaches back there, those emotional baggages, that trauma coach, that coach hurt, need to be released because he think or she think any and everybody that come around gonna hurt me. Coach validation, coach external validation. Coach X, external validation, need to hear people say, good job, buddy. I see you. I released a lot of coaches today, boy. Shoot. I'm starting off with a new team. Shoot. I'm talking about release, ladies and gentlemen. Right? And yeah, I was using a metaphor about coaches getting let go, but sometimes it be those things that's in our shadow coaching us into the darkness, so to speak, right? But I'm glad for those coaches because those coaches led me through lessons that I've overcome, I've learned from. But when it's time to grow and develop, like everything and everybody can't come, right? I'm on a new team. This is a new team. Last season is over with. We're reflecting on this last season, right? I'm looking at the staff and the lineup, right? It's like in American politics, when a new president come in, they put their own people in. Sometimes a year or two, they change staff. Divine Father said, during my release, I changed the noise in my mind to silence. Silence is the sleep that nourishes. That rah-rah gotta go. It got fired. I released the rah-rah. Ooh, that's deep right there. I released the rah-rah. Sometimes releasing a rah-rah might be releasing a Tyler Perry. How many of us like watching that rah-rah on BET? I call it rah-rah. How many of us like watching that rah-rah news? How many of us got rah-rah friends, rah-rah family members, right? We didn't release the rah-rah job. We didn't release the rah-rah romantic relationship, but did we release the rah-rah family member? Did we release that rah-rah TV and that stuff that's going into our bodies and our minds? Did I release that rah-rah food? We ain't all ready for that. One thing at a time, greater. One thing at a time, general. One thing at a time. Another topic of discussion this week is spiritual accountability. Spiritual accountability. This was deep for me. Because the one thing about spiritual accountability is once you reach to the next level of accountability, you are aware. And now you have that awareness. It's like, okay, you know what you're doing is right or wrong. On the spirit realm now, you have graduated. You're no longer being held to the measurements of the physical, of this earth. You're not of this place. You're in this place. Once that awareness hits you at the level that it needs to hit you at, are you spiritually accountable for what you do and don't do? Not just for what you do, but for what you don't do. Spiritual obedience is alignment. Spiritual obedience is alignment. I said earlier, I release the desire to be perfect. I'm still in training. Somebody say I'm still in training. That's my favorite line, boy. I'm still in training. It's all right, bro. You still in training. What comforts are you giving up because you finally understand it was keeping you stagnant? Divine Father said, I'm still in training. I'm a trainee. I ain't perfect. I'm a trainee. Boy, you the manager. Yeah, I'm the manager in training. Oh man, I forgot what I was just saying. What comforts are you giving up because you finally understand it was keeping you stagnant? Right? What things are you giving up that kept you stagnant? You're finally realizing that this is holding me back. Fear is holding me back. Anxiety is holding me back. Ego is holding me back. This person that I love is holding me back. I could love you and still let you go. What internal war are you ending? What civil war are you ending? What internal war are you ending? And what does peace look like on your terms? Well, that's a deep one right there. What does peace look like on your terms? That's deep right there. What does peace look like on your terms? I might have to run this live again. This is deep. I'm gonna have a lot of content to talk about. Shoot. What title or role are you shedding because it no longer honors your spirit? Oh, we getting deep here, ladies and gentlemen. What title or role are you shedding? I'm gonna say shredding because it no longer honors your spirit. And think about the shredder. I've been shredding stuff lately, cleaning up and whatnot. And somebody was like, yo, great, I got a better shredder. This shredder do a cross cut. Anybody know what a cross cut look like? You can't get nothing from that. It look like fine grated cheese, right? Sometimes you gotta upgrade your shredding technique because the big pieces and the rip up method don't work no more. I need it finely graded. Which energy are you shredding and using a different method of shredding? Finely grinded. So that way it cannot come back together. It can't come back to me. Which energy, emotion, person, thing are you shredding tonight? Releasing and shredding tonight that no longer serves you. That's deep. What up, Deborah? Talking about release. This is a release session. I'm grateful for the shedding, the shredding, the release of the things that no longer serve me. I'm grateful for the but yes. Gratitude ritual. Today's been an awesome night, ladies and gentlemen. So before we move on, I just want to end it on this note. Tonight was the supermoon. Cold moon is known as today's cold moon. It's about releasing also. And, this was a spirit-led live to open the atmosphere, the vibration to those who are ready to release what no longer serves them. Spirit said, put alignment and obedience down there. You want to know if you're in alignment, be obedient, right? And not to ego. Perfectly imperfect souls are welcome and invited, right? One of my manifestations were to connect with aligned souls, right? And I crossed out like-minded. I didn't even write it down. I put aligned. You ever met somebody who was like-minded, but they was not in alignment with you? It's so frustrating at the time, but Spirit showing you something. Y'all can like the same things, right? Y'all can have very similar views, but be very different at the same time. So I had to fine tune my manifestation to alignment. I need something, and I long for alignment. And it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality, right? So one of the things about manifestations is like, are you ready to be the person that manifests the desires and things that you want? Are you ready to be that person? Oh, that's deep. So as we released, because I did my release ritual, then I did my manifestation. But you can't do them in the reverse order. You have to make room by releasing. And now I got room to receive now. Bring in. Now that you've released already, what is it that you desire to bring in? And one of the things about manifesting is true manifestation, from my point of view, or at least for me in my journey right now, requires organic growth. And what that means is divine timing, right? You remember the farmers back in the day, and like the elderly, the seniors, right? The elders, they would have a garden, but they didn't put anything in the garden to accelerate the growth. They did things to organically grow these things. And because they grew it so organically, it was the best apples, the best collard greens, the best lettuce, the best turnip greens, the best whatever they planted. So that's the thing about manifestation. When I plant my seed, when I plant that desire, it's on divine timing because it's on organic growth. What are you going to plant today? Or what have you planted already? That you know what, I'm going to plant the seed, I'm walking away, and I'm allowing it to grow on divine timing, holy timing, not expectation time. And most importantly, I want to grow organically with it and into it. As parents, sometimes we buy bigger clothes for our kids, right? We know they're going to grow into it. Or by this time they will reach. Or by this time they're going to reach a certain size to fit this particular clothes. Or I'm going to hold on to this because I'm going to pass it down because they're going to grow into it. Allow your seeds to organically grow. Allow your desires and manifestations to organically grow. And do that by being the person who receives that manifestation, that desire. And that person is not perfect, right? And it's practicing. Giving yourself grace. Not digging at the seed to see if the roots came out. Not going back to the manifestation and saying, is it here yet? Is it here yet? Is it here yet? We don't see growth on the 3D until the spring. So allow your desires and manifestations at least till springtime. It's hibernation right now. It's growing underneath. I want to say thank y'all. Those of you who've been with me from the beginning and seeing my growth. Seeing, I was talking about this earlier, my imperfections, my inconsistencies, right? And I'm not beating myself down, no. I used to be on TikTok all the time. And I fell off. Why? Because I had to take a pause for the cause, right? Can you be spiritually obedient, right? The Spirit say stop. Will you stop? Will you pause? Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. Remember that? Right? Used to be so good at that. Are we that good when we receive direction from the Most High? It's practice though, right? Not lashing nobody, not comparing, not contrasting, just sharing. Tonight is not about perfection, it's about honesty. It's about liberation. It's about telling your spirit, I hear you now. So let me ask you, what truth have you been running from that your soul is done negotiating? What truth have you been running from that your soul is done negotiating? Type it. You don't feel like typing it, maybe you can't type it, whisper it. Maybe it hit you so hard that you can't even whisper it. Feel it. We are releasing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're releasing identities. We're releasing excuses. I release the excuses because they no longer serve me. We're releasing habits. I released that habit that no longer serves me. We're releasing expectations. Releasing expectations, those heavy expectations. The ones nobody can meet but me. How dare them not meet or be able to get to the standard that I want them to be at. Man, I'm releasing that. I'm releasing that. We're releasing the heartbreaks right now. I release the heartbreaks that come with the unmet expectations, the disloyalty, the betrayals, especially the ones I've done to myself. I release me being mad at me. I'm taking the cuffs off me. I'm taking the gag off me. I'm unroping myself. I made a post that said, have you made amends with yourself first? Before you start forgiving anybody else, have you forgave yourself first? I release me. Say I release me. Maybe it's not for everyone, but it's for someone. Maybe that person can't say it for them, so I'm going to say it for you. And anybody else could join in and saying it in the spirit. I release you. I release you. You are released. We're releasing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're releasing anything that has overstayed its welcome. I'm going to say again. We're releasing anything that's overstayed its welcome. I release thee. This is a judgment-free zone. Say what needs to be said. Most importantly, release what needs releasing. Release what needs releasing. I'm gonna do something new that I've never ever done before. We're gonna do a guided release ritual right now. Okay? Little breath work. The breath of letting go. If you can, I want you to close your eyes for a moment. If you can't close your eyes, pretend like you're closing your eyes, okay? Imagine yourself closing your eyes. And I want you to breathe in what you want. I'm gonna do a little count. 3 count in, 3 count out. Ready? Breathe in what you want. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. Right there. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Let it out. Let's do it again. I want you to breathe in what you want. 1, want you to think about what has expired in your life. You know, you ever clean out the fridge? And as you clean out the fridge, you're looking at the expiration dates, right? You open it up and smelling it. You're looking at it to make sure that, is this good still? I want you to search down inside yourself. And we're going to do another breathe in and breathe out. We're going to breathe in what you want and exhale what is expired. I want you to exhale what is expired. The first thing that comes to your mind. We're about to breathe in. Ready? Breathe in. 1, 2, and 3. Exhale everything that's expired. Exhale. We're going to do it one more time, and I want it to be slow. I want it to be honest, and I want it to be intentional. Slow, honest, intentional. Excuse me. Ready, and breathe in. 2 and 3. Exhale. We just did an exercise called the breath of letting go. Okay, you can do this in the morning when you wake up. Okay, but the main thing about this ritual I did today with the letting go ritual and the manifestation ritual was, once I let it go, it's gone. Like, there is no going back and forth with it. It's gone. You're like, greater, it's not gone, but it is to me. You ever told somebody, like, you dead to me, right? I told my kids one time, like, yo, that person dead to you. You know what that means? Like, they don't even exist. You could be saying hi and you could be saying whatever you want. You're not even there. I don't even hear you. It's equivalent to me ignoring you, yes. Super ignoring you. So when I let something go, I'm ignoring any remembrance of it. You're not really there. I'm just remembering the memory of you. I've released you already. This is part of the grieving part right here. This is your funeral. You're gone. It's like, you know, a breakup. You might break up with somebody you've been with for a minute, and you find something of theirs. A picture that popped up on your phone or something. Yeah, there's a memory of you, but we're not together no more. Delete. Move on. Thank you for joining. I was talking about releasing and manifesting, excuse me. Ooh, this has been a great live. When am I going to be back on? Got to be more careful. What's today? Thursday? Let me think about it. Wrong answer. I need to come back on. Let me see. Let's shoot for Sunday. Sunday at what time? I'm gonna shoot for 11. Sunday at 11. I like them late nights. If anything changes, I'll let y'all know. Shout out to all that's here, who's been here, who came through. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate love y'all. My bad. And it's been a great day, a great evening. Thank you for your time, your energy, for your presence. Thank you for allowing me to co-create with you today while we released what was no longer serving us. Thank you for allowing me to speak over you. If you feel like you vibing with this, you ain't really got a community to connect with, maybe you do. Like, come join us, come join the family. join the family by doing a little heart meet and friending everybody in here. Right? This is a great community. I'm on here. I'm going to be on here more often. I started doing more intimate posts with my subscriptions. I got a little subscription going on where I am more intimate with my viewers and my connections, and it's less noise. And what I mean by less noise is like talking about things and that resonate without the interference of others who are not on the same frequency. So if that's something that you could do, it's in your budget. Hey, come on, join us. Subscribe. I value you. I value your subscription. I value your time and energy. I'm sharing gems that's near and dear to me. And I'm not your leader. I'm not your leader, okay? I'm just someone on a journey also, a soul on a journey too, sharing wisdom that's spirit-led, sharing experience that's spirit-led. It's an honor to be able to be in the position to do that. So thank you. It's real special. I'm also a life coach, and I will be doing subscriber lives only where we connect, and it's a safe place. If you're looking for some advice, some listening, you're looking for a community, it's the Greater Grand Rising Soul Tribe. We here. Take Greater Grand Rising off of it. It's the Soul Tribe. The Soul Tribe. I'm gonna change it to the Soul Tribe. Because it's not my soul tribe, it's our soul tribe. So, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm about to dip out. I'm being obedient. I used to have 5 and 6 and 7 hour long lives. I love them. I love those days, but gotta do things different sometimes, right? For the better. Balance. That's what Spirit is saying, balance, right? Truth check, balance. Why did you take so long for the balance? Now that you're aware that balance is needed, how do you honor balance? How do you honor balance? Whew. What would you sacrifice for balance? What will you give up for balance? All right, let me go, because I know me already. I'm going to keep going for another hour. Thank y'all for joining the live, the release session. We might do this once a week. Really, I might do this once a week, Thursday nights. What time did I start? Let me see. An hour and 44 minutes ago, 11. So 11:30, I'll probably do it. Okay, 11. Thursday nights at 11. Thursday nights at 2300. Release session. We might do this every week. Release session. And you know what? It's for us to release for the week. How about that? I could commit to that every Thursdays at 11 p.m. Right? We do the release. What up? What up, life? What up, life? Life is a beach. This was a good live life. This live was about releasing what no longer serves you. Yeah, this was good. We had some good questions up in here. I'm about to head out though. I'm I'm gonna do this every Thursday though. This is a good thing to do every Thursday night. You know, a release session. Shout out to Divine Father. Shout out to everyone that's been in here. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. With 11.8K, with 2 of us in here. Yeah, you definitely will see me next Thursday. Starting back up. Alright. Peace out, y'all. Be kind. Be kind.